Okay. So we just finished the major quest line of the Warriors of Darkness. And we're all like, the Scions are back together. And now there's the 2 chapters that are supposed to lead into Stormblood. And that's, I think it's 9 missions in total. I don't know how long the missions are. I'm assuming it's like 3 or 4 hours. But we're going to start it off.
Ah, Zeramar, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favour? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise.
That's a little foreboding, huh?
A little foreboding.
Whoop. Although I guess most of the quests in MMOs start off as like Simpsons sketches, where it's like you start off doing one thing, and then by the time you're done, you're like, what just happened?
I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Right, everyone, ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Zeramar. All in good time. Aha! Found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Come on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You
I agree.
always did have a flair for politics.
Yeah, and what else are you doing, Alphino?
I did not mean to... That was not my intention.
You're the only one thinking about it, my man.
As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
It's true. I'm a little
Thancred
busy.
makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
What about Tataru? Oh, or the... I don't know.
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... You stole her! Please, you have to help her!
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. Ah, but I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
We kind
The
of knew
Griffin,
about
you
that.
say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich, and encourage him to send an envoy. Tataru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds
So
closed.
Y'shtola becomes the new one? Okay.
I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
I'm pretty sure you're right, buddy.
The
Papa.
business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Okay. Alright, Ishgard. What am I doing? He's usually at the Forgotten Night. Or nearby it, at least.
Lucia. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. Oh, she walked right through me. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make, not mine alone at any rate. Given the eminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? No, thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Hanlo that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Zeramar, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Gates of judgment, right? Yeah. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not without the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Man, it's gonna be crazy being able to do the paladin quests and stuff, like...
I've been so embroiled in the story that, like, I haven't even really thought about Paladin stuff for a while. There you are. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Zeramar? You may see a familiar face. Oh, is it one of the brothers? That is. Oh. Zeramar, old boy, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some old wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honorwood. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. For those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a garlic... I mean, to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel in the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. God damn. Yet we can play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans, and or ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. There's a big ass bear skin rug on the bottom. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand, a pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Motherfuckers can't wait for me even once. Even once. They can't wait for me. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. The way... This way, if you play... Ah, and the Lemonisan party as well. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Zeramar, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Master Zeramar, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
Excuse me.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
I mean, that's what happens when you have a nation that you're fighting against straight on your border, like... It can cause war to break out at any time. That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared... Oh, Emmerich. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich! Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Elise, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Zeramar for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture.
only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mab, the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a visit to... Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Paplamo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs. Not to mention what has been going on at Balesir's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Ladies. Ran back to Revenant's Toll. Welcome back, Zeramara. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I'll ever feel at home in the realm of politics. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Oh, what we got? Eggnog, carbona. We'll do some wild scrambled eggs. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Griffin, Griffin on the wall. Ah, your return from the council. But what of Alpha now? Did some other matter require his attention? My apologies, friends. I trust that we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru's keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Orosian Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial cut between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was a way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless cause. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Balesir's walls, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of El Amigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levios? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Zeramar? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? Oh, excuse me. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. We all got jobs to do. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray tend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Balesar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Okay. Ah, Zeramar, there you are. Come. Emery's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to appraise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We're about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Paplamil, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I'll leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening, indeed, to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Until right now. Report. What? Seven hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's this supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We've been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to his deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Zaramart, we must make for the wall at once.
What? Just 2 of you?
Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to this command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that...
Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety?
Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for the Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Oh shit, that ain't good.
Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter what the cost.
From what Papramio told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have 2 objectives, I suggest we divide our force. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask you to scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there was any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. If everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away all to safety. I only pray that we have enough time.
Bielser's wall. They're acceptable.
Okay. Less than 5 minutes. We'll see. We'll see if that's remotely true.
Oh yeah, right in. Okay, cool. God, it's been a while. All right. Okay. What's that guy doing? What's going on here? Am I high? Is that what's going on? Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I'll be fine. People must do this one quite a bit, because people are going right in for it. Get everybody in? Okay. How's someone else even getting hurt? What is going on? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can literally just play this game the same way every time. There's no change, really. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just go. Let's just go. Also, how many times over does somebody do the quests to know them, like, by heart? I don't know. Like, I like playing with people, but sometimes they're just fucking annoying. Here's the other one. And I'm going straight for it. I don't even give a shit. This is so stupid. I don't know why I get so upset. It's just like, I don't know. Like when you tell someone to do something but it just has no impact on anything, it doesn't help anybody. It's just like you speaking just for the sake of yourself speaking. Ooh. You know this. shit. Focus on me, bud. There's always one fucking person in there. We can pull more. There's fucking 8 people. Shut the fuck up. God. It just gets so annoying. You gonna pull more? Sure, let's go. Come on. Let's go pull more. Sure, let's pull 10, 15 more. Matter to me. Also, I don't know the map already. Like, I don't know how far along it is until the boss. Like right away. Like, I don't know. There's always somebody. There's always somebody who's like, "Oh, we need to get this done in 2 minutes." What are you doing? You're playing Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, and if you want to pull more, go pull more. Go do it by yourself. Are you the tank? No. Shit. Hey, it's what's his face? I mean, that tracks. Why do people get suddenly fucking cock? How many times have you already done this? That's my bad. Oh, sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For amigo! Hey. Let's see what we got. Sure, greed, bass. Alright.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Goddamn.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Yikes. They all need to die?
Gods help us. What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
Yeah,
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilbird, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Oh, God.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal? You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
What's going on?
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tiptimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works! It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go! The further away, the better!
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
I don't want to lose someone else.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now,
Come on, man.
let us see how good a student I truly was.
I gotta take a break. Oh, this is just making me sad.